It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see who can claim Big Apple bragging rights. It's the New York Giants and the New York Jets, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here, and now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Xavier Gibson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. This is ahead for about 5. Tyler Nubin with the tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here's 2nd and 5. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He gets it complete to Josh Reynolds. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Another throw for Fields. That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And in, touchdown, New York! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Anders Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. Bringing him out to #1 pick in 2015, a former league leader in passing, it's Jameis Winston.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 34. Caught by Theo Johnson. Rolling into enemy territory. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He takes off left on this 2nd down. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's caught for the 1st. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. Tracy. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Here's Tracy once more. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Giants finish off their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants start off well to tie things 7-7. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. That's Smith on the slant. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
And the Giants going nickel. 3rd down coming. Fields out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Hall running between the tackles. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
From the 32. Wilson on the slant. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the 1st. That's the end of the 1st quarter in this battle of New York franchises. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from MetLife coming right up. now for the second quarter, and the Jets, they have got to look towards that end zone. Looking to throw Fields. Catch is made in close. He has the New York touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Winston. He's on the move. Steps up and he's running with it. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Quincy Williams making the tackle.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
From the 28. Forced out to his... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And the Jets in the dime for this 3rd down. Here's Winston to the air. He connects with the rookie from LSU. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Play action on 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
5 DBs out there for the Jets. 3rd down. Winston. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Jets are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
Fields on first down. Finding Reynolds. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, it's Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Fields now on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Giants football. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Headed out right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is scooped up by the Jets! And they make this stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Coming right is Hall. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Fields on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets grow their lead off the turnover. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Jets double their lead to 14. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now here comes the New York offense. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Winston looking to throw. Finds his target, Robinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Putting a receiver in motion. From the gun, it's Tracy. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the gun on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Jets football. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Little off-center, his man just couldn't adjust to it. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And now they face 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the shotgun, Fields. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st down throw for Fields. Completed left side to Smith. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Drew Phillips making the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 48. He'll get this complete to Lazard. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tyler Nubin with the tackle. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Fields out of the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. So that brings up 2nd down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Another throw for Fields. Completed to Reynolds. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Off play action, it's Fields. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there, just 11 seconds remaining.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They'll run for it with Hall. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help them get some points here going into the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points, and that's mission accomplished there.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. He beams one deep right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. That brings us to the break. The Jets with a halftime lead here in East Rutherford. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. First and 10 now from the 30. A handoff to Tracy. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Gets this to Johnson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First and 10 from the 41. They go right back to Tracy. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 now. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. A give to Tracy up the middle. Runs inside the 35. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Changing things up, they're gonna throw now. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Robinson in motion right. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Receiver in motion, going left. Here's Robinson up the middle, and he's brought down for a loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing is Winston. Neighbors with a catch. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. Crosses the goal line. Touchdown, New York! The Giants cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Gibson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Jets offense now set to take over. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They start the half with a give to Hall. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Micah McFadden able to make the play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game. Shotgun snap to Fields. Completed over the middle.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Fields on first down. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
On first down, here comes Hall. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Hall running between the tackles. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Jets have it with a lead to start the 4th, but the win's not secure quite yet. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Five men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. It's a toss headed left with Hall. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Give him only 3, and that brings up 4th down and 8.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Anders Carlson on now for the field goal try. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants offense all set to get started. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Winston to throw it. Sideline throw reeled in by Neighbors. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
2nd and 10 now. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Winston. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. That one vehemently swatted away. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Desperation time here on 4th. Connects with Johnson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Jets headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Fields. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Second down and 10, Fields. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
That's caught for the first. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Jets have likely locked up the win right there. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Now the Jets keeping the offense on the field. They're going to go for 2. He's throwing for it. This is caught. And he can't take the completion across. Defense on him fast and bringing him down to deny the 2-point conversion. Man, just great work by the defense there, Brock. The coverage really forced that throw short of the goal line, and then they got downhill to clean that play up.
I love that word right there. You just nailed it, downhill. You throw it short, you allow those defenders with great speed and tenacity to come downhill on you. No chance for the 2 points.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Winston to the air. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Robinson sent in motion left. Winston looking to throw. He's got him. That's Tracy. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Second and 13. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They'll send him over right. Here he is on 3rd and long. He's throwing deep to the left side. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
The Jets out to begin another drive. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Fields out of the gun. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he gets this forward to the 19.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Hall. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And the Giants going nickel, 3rd down coming. Here's Hall once more. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Jets about set to celebrate this win. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to make the advantage 22.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. This offense getting all set for this series. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing is Winston. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Winston now. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And he'll get it up to the 44. The Giants using their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Winston. Into the hands of Neighbors. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Hits him on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. Diving, and he gets his hands underneath for the catch. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. He'll throw it yet again. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of what...
And they get to him again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. To throw, here's Winston. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. This will be a nice win for the Jets, who draw closer to it as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the win goes to the Jets. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ballgame.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.